What's up, guys? It's Gun Loving Texan here, back with another review. This time of, surprisingly, not a pistol, of a rifle. First things first, gonna be doing safety check. Rifle is unloaded. So today we're gonna be doing a review of a Romanian PSL 54C. No, this is not a Dragunov, but hell, it looks pretty close like one. This one is actually a FPK receiver. This is actually a FPK Dragunov. I'll get into that in a little bit. But this is, first things first, let's get things straight. These PSLs, Dragunovs, whatever, these are not sniper rifles. These are designated marksman rifles. You know, they're not made to be precision rifles, but these are mainly to extend the firepower of a squad. And so, yeah, just like this is just like a Dragunov, just like some M14s. You know, this is just to reach out, touch people a little bit further than the average rifleman. These were originally designed in 1974 in Romania, and they're still used to this day. This is, I mean, what you see here is exactly how the Romanian military uses them. This is what they have. They're not. This is not sporterized in any way. How they have them over there is how we have them here. But I mean, you'll see them all over the Middle East, things like that, all over those Eastern Bloc countries. This fires a 7.62 by 54R, the rim cartridge. And like I was saying earlier, you know, it looks a lot like a Dragunov, and that's why I got it, because this was the closest I would get to a actual Dragunov. Sorry, if you hear that noise in the background, it's my little shithead dog keeps running in between the blinds. But it's the closest thing I'd be able to get to a Dragunov. I mean, you can get Dragunovs here, but I mean, I'm not going to spend $5,000 on a rifle. I actually got to play with one once, and it was $5,000. But this is the closest most people will get to an actual Dragunov. But this is actually not related to a Dragunov. It kind of looks like it, but it's really not. And that's because of the gas operated system here. This is essentially a massive, long AK. I mean, everything is exactly like an AK-47. It breaks down and operates like one. It has the same gas operating system. You know, it's all pretty much the same. So, but yes, it looks like a Dragunov, but in reality, it's a lot closer to a AK-47. These are actually based off the RPK light machine guns, which is a longer barrel, fully automatic AK-47 with the heavier barrel. You know, the squad support weapon. When you get these rifles, I got this one used, but when you get them, they come with scopes. This is not the original scope with it. The one that should come with them is, I think, the IPS 4x6 TIP2 scope. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks really similar, but it's kind of gray. It's got a little eye piece right here, eye cushion piece. And it's based off the Russian PSO-1 scope, which is what you would find on the Dragunov. But this one on here, this is a 4x24 scope. And you can see it's got Russian markings on it. This is actually made in Belarus. This is when I got the rifle, this is what came with it. But this is not what normally comes with them. And these are Butler Creek, I believe, yeah, little eyepieces. It also came with it. You got your windage elevation, and these are actually illuminated. And you change it right here. Your on and off switch is right there for the illumination. I'll show you the reticle in a second. And this is, I believe this is where you put the battery. Yeah, the battery is right here. It's just those little flat kind of batteries. And they take it off, you just flip this over, and it slides right off. This rail right here, you can slide on and off. Like so. The magazines, like I said, I don't know how many mags these originally came with. Some people will get 4, but when I got this, I only got one mag, and these hold 10 rounds. These are pretty rare and hard to come by. If you find them, they're expensive. They're going to be upwards to about 50 bucks or more. So if you get one for less than 50, it's a good deal. If you get a rifle that has more than these, that's a good deal. And I'll tell you a little bit more on these later. Yeah, these not very easy to come by, and they rock in just like your normal AK-47 mag. These, like I said, well, I haven't said it yet, but these range anywhere from $1,000 and up. This one I got was $1,200. The cheapest I've seen around here is $1,100, but I've seen them go up to $1,600. It just depends. I know back in the day you can get them. You get them for under $1,000, but it's just they're rare and they're not really imported anymore. So that's why they cost so damn much. But I mean, if you're an AK collector or you want a Dragunov, this is the closest thing you're gonna get. You know, it's kind of worth it. And in my opinion, this rifle is worth it, and this is one of the rifles that, you know, I'm not going to end up selling. This is one that's always going to stay with me. But like I was saying, this is it probably won't be able to see it, but this is an FPK receiver. So this is imported. This was imported by TGI. They're not imported anymore, but I did hear that Century Arms actually imported PSLs for a very, very limited time. I'm talking like a few weeks back in 2013. Other than that, I mean, they're not imported anymore. They're hard to come by. So what you see out there is what you get. There are some parts kits that some gunsmiths and manufacturers can make them out of that are out there, but for the most part, you're not going to get one new. The only way to get these is on a used market. We're going to go into the specs of this rifle real quick. This bad boy right here weighs 9.5 pounds. That's unloaded with a scope. 9.5 pounds. I mean, it's all metal and wood. No plastic parts, nothing. It is 45.3 inches long. It is a very, very long rifle. And the barrel itself is 24.4 inches long. The trigger on this particular one really isn't bad. It's actually pretty good. It's light and no creep, nothing. It's so, you know, it's actually not bad compared to other ones. People have said they're not the best. But I know this thing is not in the best shape. That's how this came, but I didn't really care. I wanted it, so I can always refinish it later if I wanted to. The effective range of these are anywhere from 800 to 1,000 meters. The effective range, I mean, these things can shoot up to 3,000 meters. So, but yeah, effective range. The longest I've shot this is only 100 yards. But I mean, at 100 yards, it's pinpoint accurate. So it does what it needs to do. I'm not going to be shooting that far anyways. All right, let's get into the features. One of the cool features on this, is I actually didn't realize until recently, is the butt plate. If I can get it to work. It's very, very hard and not much, but it's actually a spring-loaded butt plate to help absorb with the some of the recoil, which is pretty cool. Some of these, it's supposed to have a bolt hold open feature, but mine obviously does not. It's kind of dependent on the magazines. But yeah, this one does not hold the bolt open on the last round. It's supposed to, but it does not. And it has a chrome line barrel, and it also, with the scope, one of the cool things is since the scope is kind of offsetted, you can still use the iron sights. Iron sights operate just like, you know, every other AK variant out there. Just slide it up and down. So you can use the scope and the iron sights, no problems. And the scope, like I said, you just flip this over and it slides off. You can actually get offsetting scope mounts that are just like this, and it doesn't have a scope on it. It's just got rails. So you can put, any optic you want, any kind of red dots you want, things like that. If you do like this kind of style of scope, they do make a bigger one. I forgot what it is. I think there's like an 8x and a 10x. They do make bigger ones, but like I said, you gotta scour the web for those. They're not very easy to come by. And like I said, the gas operated system is just like an AK. It's a long stroke. You got that long piston in there. And you got a bayonet mount here. And mine didn't come this way, but mine is not pinned and welded. You can actually just unscrew it and put on a different flash hider if you want to, but this one works actually pretty well. And you got your standard AK iron sights. This thumb hole stock has a little bit of a cheek weld on there. I find this stock pretty comfortable. Some final thoughts on this rifle. This thing is one hell of a gun to shoot. It's a blast to shoot. I love shooting it. It's fun. Its recoil isn't really that bad. I like kind of shooting big rifles and pistols, so I don't mind it. But this recoil really isn't that bad. A Mosin Nagant has more recoil than this, and that's due to the gas system that soaks it up and this little half-ass squishy butt pad. But yeah, recoil isn't bad. It's fun to shoot. It breathes fire sometimes with that flash hider. It makes a nice loud sound. I like it a lot. Also, yes, this rifle is expensive, but since it shoots a 7.62 by 54R, you can shoot this rifle all day. Everybody knows how cheap this ammo is. It's dirt cheap. You can shoot them all day. They got surplus ammo. It's, so that's the cool thing about having an expensive rifle is when the ammo's inexpensive, so you can enjoy it and shoot it all you want. And these are, you're not going to get super amazing accuracy out of these. You're not going to be able to just hit the same hole every time, but that's not what these were designed for. But for what they are, these are very accurate. Some people might see this and just think it's ugly and it's like, man, you ain't gonna hit shit with it. But these are actually very accurate, and for the combat effectiveness, it does the job what it was designed to do. And also, since it was based off an AK, this AK design, these are very reliable, very easy to clean. But touching on the reliability part just a little bit, the mags are kind of spotty. It seems like, from what I've heard, the mags are kind of designed. I could be wrong, but from what I've heard, the mags are kind of designed for the weapon. So like you can go out and get different mags, but it seems like they're kind of designed per weapon. So a lot of people have issues as far as like feeding and holding the bolt open like I do. So just if you get one and it's not acting right, just want to say that out there, that sometimes the magazines they're kind of spotty. But if you get a good magazine, the rifle will function flawlessly. And just one more last thing, these are recommended to shoot light ball ammo, like 170 grain, just your standard stuff, but nothing too crazy, nothing too overpowered, just to protect the rifle. That's just what they recommend. But, other than that, if you can find one, for, 1100 honestly is a good deal for these, how they are now. These are Texas prices. It could be different where you live, but if you find one for cheaper, I'd say jump on it. If you find one with a lot of mags, I'd say jump on it, because these are fun rifles to have. They're a head turner at the range, and they're a lot of fun to shoot. And if you're an AK person, if you're a Eastern Bloc, kind of Soviet era weapon person, then this is something you definitely need in your collection. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. I'm not going to do a disassembly video or anything, because it disassembles exactly the same thing of an AK. Nothing different. We all know, majority of us know how those go. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know, and thanks for watching.